I want to tell you about a video that 4.4 million people watched on Saturday. It showed ballistic missiles streaking over a city. The caption, Dubai. Right now, Iran is attacking Dubai. It was footage of Iranian missiles fired at Tel Aviv in October 2024, 15 months ago. Different city, different country, different year, different war. 4.4 million people watched it, thousands shared it, and the account that posted it, blue checkmark, naturally, and they made money off of every single view. And as of recording, that video is still active on Twitter, X. That's Elon Musk's X. The town square of democracy, the free speech platform, the last bastion against censorship. The censorship of accurate information, apparently. And let me walk you through what Wired, because they're the ones that caught this, they documented this whole thing. They did the work and they reviewed hundreds of posts in the hours after the Iran strike. And what they found is either the most embarrassing indictment of a social media platform in modern history, or a perfectly functioning system doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is misinform. And I genuinely cannot tell which one it is. Look, this video claiming to show an Israeli fighter jet shot down by Iranian air defense. It was viewed 3.5 million times, shared by dozens of accounts. No credible confirmation it ever happened. It's still up. The Tehran Times, the Iranian government state media outlet, posted what appears to be a fully AI-generated image, claiming that a US radar installation in Qatar was completely destroyed in an Iranian drone strike. It wasn't. There were no credible reports that any such attack happened. The image was flagged by open source intelligence analysts as almost certainly artificial. It had been viewed on X over 200,000 times before it was deleted. And the same image, shared by dozens of other accounts making the same false claim, that image is still being circulated. One account posted before and after pictures of the Ayatollah's palace after the strike. The before picture was actually a mausoleum on the other side of the city. Different building, different neighborhood, just vibes. 365,000 views. And here's the part I really need you to absorb. Almost every single one of these viral posts, the ones with millions of views, the ones that are shaping what people think about what is really happening in a real war with real consequences, came from accounts with blue check marks, which used to, on the old Twitter, meant a human verified your identity. On Musk's X, it means that you paid $8 a month. That's it, $8. You can be anyone you want to be. You can be in Iran, or you can be some fat guy in a basement in Omaha who really hates the idea of fact-checking. $8 and you're verified. $8 and the algorithm boosts your content. $8 and if enough people engage with your post, you get a cut of ad revenue. Elon Musk created a system where you can pay $8, post a 4-year-old video from a different war, get 4 million views, and get a check. That's it. That is the system. That's the business model. Now, I want to be absolutely clear here, because this matters. X did not create disinformation. State actors, grifters, true believers they're going to spread lies regardless. Remember Pizzagate? That's been true since the internet existed. What X has done is more damning. X built a monetization engine that makes lying profitable, and even tries to go out of its way to make it look real with the blue check marks. It took the incentive structure of disinformation and added more money. You used to spread lies because you believed them, or because a foreign government paid you to. Now you spread them because for $8 a month, your post can go viral and you can turn it into a real revenue stream. Musk has franchised disinformation. And I just want to think about this conflict of interest here for just a moment, because I think we gloss over this way too fast. Elon Musk, simultaneously the owner of X, which that's where most of the world is getting its real-time information about the war still. He's also somehow a senior official in the Trump administration, on and off. He's a man whose companies have billions of dollars in government contracts that depend on the goodwill of that administration. A man who has pumped billions of dollars into elections to keep Trump and his regime active. And now, just to round everything out, he has been actively boosting pro-war content from his own platform while firing the people whose job it was to label it accurately. Oh, and by the way, you have a slice of white supremacy in there with Elon Musk. Look, this isn't a tiny thing that's going to go away. In any functioning democracy, a person with that many interlocking conflicts of interest would be required to step back from at least one of those. In this one, Elon is incentivized to do all of them, and no one in power seems to think it's a problem. No moderators. Trust and safety team was fired when he took over. The community notes, which are the last remaining speed bump between a viral lie and 4 million eyeballs, they take hours to appear. Which, by the point the original post has been taken down, it's already lapped the stadium twice. And the owner of the platform is kind of sort of in the president's inner circle. And the president just started the war that X is lying about. Think about that. The man so connected to Donald Trump and his success in November is running the disinformation engine that is covering the very war that the lying grifter in charge started. There's a word for that. Several words come to mind, but none of those involve free speech. And look, if you're like me or a regular American, Saturday morning you wake up, you see on your phone explosions in Iran. Back in the day, I would have opened Twitter because that's where breaking news happened first. And in the first 30 seconds, you see missiles over Dubai. Not real. A jet shot down, unconfirmed. US base destroyed. That's an AI-generated image. Iranian counterstrikes hitting Israel. Some real, some from 2024. But a blue checkmark account telling you that the war is going great. And it's just some guy in his basement eating Cheetos that paid $8 for that checkmark with no sources except for AI-generated images. So by the time you scrolled for your 3 or 4 minutes, you have a completely incoherent picture of what's actually happening in Iran. You don't know what's real. You can't tell. And that confusion, that inability to know what's true, that's not a side effect. That is the outcome, the desired outcome of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. A confused public is a manageable public. A public that can't agree on basic facts is a public that cannot organize around facts. And no matter what, Elon gets paid either way. This is not how free press works. This is not how a functioning information ecosystem works. This is not what the internet was designed for. This is the internet with billionaires at the controls, government contracts in hand, and somehow the guy who's influencing our election the most. And they're broadcasting disinformation into the living rooms and hands of everyone, trying to figure out if this is going to lead to the new World War III. Look, we're making decisions. Our public is making decisions on what we see on the internet and social media. We're deciding whether or not our kids should sign up to fight. And yet one multi-billionaire is curating that information in a way that pleases his buddy, the Orange Menace, the most. Pay attention, because unlike this war, the algorithm, it does not have a ceasefire option.
They called it closed, filed away, forgotten. But some truths don't stay buried. Time doesn't erase guilt. A reckoning is always just around the corner. A death in Arcadia. Justice has a long memory.